ka ang parangalan. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa kahusayan mo. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa katapangan mo. Ako'y bilib sa'yo sa tatag na tagay mo. Angat ka sa iba pagkat ikaw ay Pilipino. Ako'y bilib sa'yo sa tatag na tagay mo. Angat ka sa iba pagkat ikaw ay Pilipino. Talino at abilidad, di ka pauhuli. Ang lahing Pilipino, di dapat isang tabi. Magandang katangian, uman ang kayamanan. Kamatang Pilipino, pag-asa ka ng bayan. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa kahusayan mo. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa katapangan mo. Ang pagsubok ay handa mong harapin. Pagkat ika'y Pinoy at nagtitiisin. Ikaw sa'yo ang pusong pagmamahal. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa kahusayan mo. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino. Saludo ako sa katapangan mo. Ako'y bilib sa'yo sa tatag na tagay mo. Angat ka sa iba pagkat ikaw ay Pilipino. Ako'y bilib sa'yo sa tatag na tagay mo. Angat ka sa iba pagkat ikaw ay Pilipino.
Welcome to our first episode of Flashback Friday.
where we remember and appreciate information and events of the past.
Did you know that our HAPI logo was inspired by the Philippine flag?
And you can find the same sun with its 8 rays placed as a dot on top of the letter I.
The word happy conveys a happy tone.
Exactly. So in our happy logo, you could find a happy face.
Spot the 2 eyes and the perfect blue smile.
Isn't that cool? HAPI logo perfectly represents happiness. This creative logo is designed thanks to homeschooling dad, Dan Abbey. That ends our Flashback Friday.
We are
happy to share.
Good evening, everyone, to all our parents and kababayans watching. Good evening, Pilipinas. Please comment in the section where you are watching this episode from. Welcome to our first episode of Ask Happy, an FB Live in service of the Homeschool Filipino communities from the Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands. Happy. This is for you, local communities, and for our homeschoolers abroad. Good evening. Joining you from Pasig, I'm Lenny Yusay, your Happy Vice President and the Chairman of the Multimedia Team of Happy. I'm also the founder of Teen Hub, the Teen Homeschoolers of the Philippines. I'm also a homeschooling mom of 3, and I'd like to welcome you all to Ask Happy. Hi, Beday!
Hello, Lenny. Hello, Au. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Joining you from Quezon City, ako naman po si Beday Fortuna. Ako po ang Happy President at I've been a homeschooling mom for the past 15 years and I've also been a part of the CFA Homeschool, the Catholic Filipino Academy homeschool family for the past 8 years. Au?
From Cainta, Rizal, good afternoon and good evening po. For our homeschoolers abroad po, good afternoon. So this is Al Villegas po, the school administrator of Peniel Integrated Christian Academy of Rizal. I have been serving the homeschool community for almost 2 decades na po. So again, thank you po for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Beday and Au. So bakit tayo nandito? Bakit tayo merong Happy FB Live? Kasi homeschooling wasn't even in the radar many years back, tama po? It was just during the pandemic that there was a rise and popularity of homeschooling. So there's so many offering homeschool programs since our partner DepEd recognized homeschooling as an alternative delivery mode under the formal education. And sometimes may mga homeschool providers that are just too good to be true. They are offering affordable with high-tech learning and family support. So one of the many issues that face us today is the legitimacy of our homeschool providers. So our talk right now from Ask Happy is, legit ba ang homeschool provider mo? Let's have a background story. So we received one of the messages from our members and our audience from the homeschool community. At may pinadala po siya sa amin na complaint. Okay. May isa po kasing homeschool provider that purports to be a legitimate homeschool provider. So Q, Marcus, ito po siya. So nagbigay po kami ng warning. Okay, beware of scammers on social media. Nagpalit-palit lang po siya ng pangalan. So it has been in the Facebook page. Both TMA, the Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands, and of course Homeschool Global, issued a notice to our FB pages. At sino po itong purporting to be a homeschool provider? Next po, Marcus. Ayan, okay. Nagngangalang Homeschool Philippines. And then ginamit din po niya homeschool.ph. So nagpalit-palit siya ng Facebook profile page at saka profile cover. And then medyo madami-dami na po ang na-scam at nakabayad po ito ang ating mga homeschool family. So that's why we wanted to make sure that you know how to tell if your homeschool provider is legitimate. So the objective of today's FB Live episode is for our homeschooling families to avoid being scammed and of course, giving convenience and easier processing of requirements if you want to go back to conventional school for your kids. So I'd like to turn you over to Beday so that she can discuss and give us clarity. Ano ba talaga ang mga checklist? Papaano nyo po ba malalaman kung legitimate ang homeschool provider nyo? Beday?
Thank you so much, Lenny. So, legit nga ba ang homeschool provider mo? So let's get into it, homeschooling families. Deep breaths. Okay, so let's get into it. Um, Generally speaking, there are two ways by which we can get a homeschool program in the Philippines. And these two ways are through a private school or through a homeschool provider. So paano po natin malalaman kung ang private school that is offering a homeschool program is legitimate? So dito po sa ating checklist, there are only two important steps. There are 3 bullet points here, pero mamaya ko na po ikukwento kung bakit meron po tayong nangunguna doon. Pero let's focus on the second bullet point in the checklist. First, ang ating pong private school that is supposedly offering a homeschool program should have a permit to offer a homeschool program. And this permit comes from the Department of Education. Later on, Al Villegas, our HAPI treasurer and owner and principal of Piñel Integrated Christian Academy of Rizal, or better known as Piñel, is going to share with us some sample documents para pa ma-familiarize natin ang mga sarili natin on what these permits and what these documents look like. Okay, so kung halimbawa po, binigyan nga tayo ng permit to offer a homeschool program ng ating private school, then that's well and good. Pero kung gusto pa rin natin pong makatiyak, then the best way really is to go and look at the DepEd Regional Office websites. Tignan niyo po kung ano yung regional office that governs your locality. Kadalasan po, lahat ng mga DepEd regional offices have a website or an FB page where they post issuances, where they post announcements, etc. Pwede po kayong maghanap ng kanilang telephone number or ng kanilang email address and then ask them directly kung ang private school po ba nakausap ninyo that is supposedly offering a homeschool program is legitimate. Don't worry, ang DepEd po ay sumasagot. Based on my experience, sumasagot po sila sa ating mga emails, sumasagot po sila sa ating mga tanong because they are here to help us. Okay, now balikan po natin yung first bullet point. Minsan naman po, ang mga schools, dahil walang maipakita na permit to offer a homeschool program, minsan po may pinapakita silang document which is called a permit to operate a private school. Iba po ito. Mamaya po, i-discuss ni Ms. Al Villegas kung ano po ba itong mga intricacies and details of this. Ang permit to operate po, halimbawa po ako, meron po akong school or gusto ko pong mag-open ng school. Ang gagawin ko po ay susulat po ako sa DepEd at mag-a-apply po ako. At ang first level, ang entry-level permit that they would give me is the permit to operate a private school. And that is not equal or equivalent to the permit to offer homeschool program. So, kung halimbawa po, humihingi kayo ng kopya ng permit to offer a homeschool program ng inyong private school, but at the same time, iba po ang binigay nila sa inyo, basahin po ninyo ng husto. If it's a permit to operate a private school, hindi po iyon ang tamang permit. Okay. And the reason for this is because it's required by DepEd that a school should have a higher level of accreditation, which is it needs to have a DepEd government recognition. Mamaya po ipapakita din ni Ms. Au ang sample na dokumento na yan for them to even be eligible to apply for a homeschool program. Okay, halimbawa naman po, ang private school na kausap natin ay nagpakita ng kanilang DepEd government recognition document. Ibig sabihin po ba nito ay meron na silang permit to offer a homeschool program? Hindi pa rin po. Kasi yung DepEd government recognition is, yes, it's a higher order, it's a higher level of a permit that's given by DepEd, but at the same time, it just provides eligibility to a private school to apply for a homeschool, a permit to offer a homeschool program. Okay? So, ayan po. Ngayon, punta naman po tayo dun sa second source of a homeschool program in the Philippines, and that is a homeschool provider. Alam na alam po nating mga homeschooling families kung ano yung homeschool provider. Paano po natin malalaman kung ang isang homeschool provider is legit? Number one, it needs to have a Philippine-registered partner school. Okay. Ang DepEd po ay hindi it doesn't directly deal with or accredit homeschool providers. Instead, it goes through the private schools that are DepEd recognized. Ngayon, minsan po, and mamaya I'm going to discuss this into greater detail, minsan po, kasi ngayon may AI, high-tech na po tayo, we live in the 21st century, minsan po, any homeschool provider can just say, partner ko si ganito, okay, partner ko si HG or partner ko yung The Masters Academy. So, paano po tayo makakasigurado na mag-partner nga sila? So, what you can do, which is your right, okay, as parents, is to request for a certificate of partnership between the homeschool provider you're talking to and the DepEd registered partner school. So, pwede po yung certificate of partnership, pwede po yung memorandum of understanding or memorandum of agreement. Okay, so hopefully na-check na natin yun. Ano, kailangan po ang isang homeschool provider merong registered na DepEd accredited partner school. And it should be a DepEd recognized partner school. Okay, so dapat po, punta na po tayo sa pang-apat, the partner school needs to have a permit to offer a homeschooling program. Kagaya po ng sinabi ko kanina. So, ngayon, kapag po may mga dokumento silang ipinakita sa inyo, ay i-check nyo na rin po kung current by yung mga signatories. As I said earlier, you can go and check and email or call or get in touch with the regional office or the division office of the DepEd in your respective localities. Okay. Ang isang pwede rin po natin gawin is to check if they have a website. Usually po, ang mga homeschool providers, what they do is they put on their websites the name of their partner school. And then you can also check their affiliations and accreditation. Halimbawa po, kung HAPI member sila, then definitely sila ay accredited. And we're going to share with you some of our DepEd accredited and HAPI accredited homeschool providers later on. Okay. Earlier, Lenny shared with you a very sad news that a group, I don't know, it can be an individual or several individuals that purported to be partners of the Masters Academy and Homeschool Global. Ito po ang pinakita nilang document. Okay? So there are 3 documents on this slide. On our left-hand corner, yung first one po, ito po yung makikita natin just in case minessage po natin yung kanilang FB page. They even provided us with a school ID. Yung school ID po yan ang school ID actually, sadly, ng the Masters Academy. So, how could they have gotten hold of the TMA school ID? Well, this is a public document. It's available to everybody and it's published by DepEd because yun na nga po, each and every Filipino family has the right to find out for themselves kung ang eskwelahan po ba ng kanilang anak ay legitimate if it has the necessary permits from the Department of Education. Tignan po natin yung medyo spurious details ng permit na to or ng mga documents na to. Under the school ID, it says we work together at the Master Academy Foundation School. Medyo sa isang tingin po, medyo parang, okay, legit. Pero if you're a seasoned homeschooler, you will know that actually the name of TMA, the full name is the Masters Academy, not the Master Academy. And the Masters Academy Foundation is a separate group, an entity that was formed by the Masters Academy, but then it's not the official name of the school. Meron din po dito sinasabi na it's as part of the home and educational program of Homeschool Global. Again, kung matagal na po kayo sa homeschooling, malalaman niyo po na ang tinutukoy nila dito, which is spurious, mali po, is yung HEP, which is the Home Education Program, the very first department order that DepEd came up with in 1997 to govern homeschooling in the Philippines. Pero ang tama po doon is it's called the Home Education Program, hindi po Home and Educational Program. Kaya dito po, kung titignan natin ng maayos, nomenclature is very important. Medyo marami pong mali dito, no? Punta naman po tayo dun sa nasa gitna. Sabi po dito, it's a recognition that is presented to Homeschool Philippines. So, ayun po, red flag na po agad yan because, as I said earlier, DepEd does not deal directly with homeschool providers. Sa ano ko po, underneath that, meron din pong nakalagay na for the levels nursery, kindergarten, and K-12. Okay. Pero ang DepEd po, hindi po niya nire-require ang nursery. Kaya again, that's another red flag, no? Tapos meron po siyang kindergarten, but at the same time, / K-12. Yung K na nga po, yun na nga po yung kindergarten. So, double po, redundant yung kanyang documentation. And ang pinaka-spurious po dito sa document na nasa gitna is that it was signed by a DepEd officer, Dr. Mengito, who retired in 2017. Pero ito pong date nila supposedly is February 2022. Kaya po, alam na natin, if we're going to look at the document closely, fake po siya, hindi po siya totoo. Okay, punta naman po tayo dun sa pinaka-rightmost na document. Ito naman po yung sinasabi nila na permit nila to offer a homeschool program from DepEd. Again, it's a DepEd document supposedly directly to Homeschool Philippines, which it doesn't do. And then, ganun din po, meron siyang nursery, kindergarten, and then K-12 na alam na, sinabi ko na po kanina na fake siya. And then, mamaya po, when Ao discusses what all of the correct documents look like, malalaman po natin kung ano yung difference. Okay, so in other words, it's our right. It's the right of every Filipino family to determine if the homeschool provider or the private school that's offering homeschooling or even the very school of their kids, kahit hindi pa po sila nag-homeschool, kahit po nag-iisip pa lang sila mag-homeschool, it's our right to find out, to make sure that our schools are really officially accredited and have the necessary permits from the Department of Education. So, importante po yan. Tanungin po natin kung ano ang mga dokumento nila at hingin po natin at tignan po natin at busisiin po natin. Okay, as far as HAPI is concerned, what we do is when we have an applicant, a new player or an applicant that wants to be part of HAPI, they go through a very rigorous application process where they are asked to submit all of the different permits. Okay? Hinihingan po namin sila ng Certificate of Partnership or an MOU or an MOA with their partner schools. Tinitignan po namin ang recognition and homeschool permit ng kanilang mga partner schools. And aside from that, of course, through benchmarking and through our fellowship with them, through trainings and all of the different activities that HAPI offers, we make sure that our member homeschool providers do homeschool in the correct way. Hindi po ito yung parang ibang klaseng, parang ibang pag-iisip tungkol sa homeschooling. It's not just schooling that is transferred to the home, but we'll talk about that in the next episodes. So ito po sila, gusto ko lang pong i-share sa inyo. Ito po ang mga HAPI accredited homeschool providers that we have. So, My Homeschool, Catholic Filipino Academy or CFA Homeschool, Homeschool Global, Piñel Integrated Christian Academy of Rizal or PICAR or Piñel, better known as, Living Learning Homeschool, Lamplight International School, Gopala Learning Haven, We have the Living Pupil Homeschool, Cairo's Homeschool Academy, the Prince of Peace Integrated School. We have the International British Academy. We have the GSL Connections Learning and Developmental Center. We have all of the parish schools, and then the School of Tomorrow. We also have HAPI curriculum providers. And these are Seton Home Study and the Classical Mentor. So let's make sure that all of our efforts and our investments in terms of time and resources, tuition fees, etc., would not go in vain. Let's make sure that legit ang homeschool provider ng ating mga anak. So, at this point, I'd like to turn you over to Au para mas lalo po niya tayong mabigyan ng mga details, ng mga kaalaman tungkol sa mga documentation processes in homeschooling. Au?
Thank you, Beday. Good evening, everyone. Okay, I'll be discussing how do we know kung legit ba yung homeschool provider natin. So, what's the reason behind bakit tayo nag-enroll sa homeschool provider? Kasi we want to enroll to a homeschool provider para ma-secure natin yung mga anak natin na we don't have to go through the PEPT. Di ba? Kaya nga, we want the records intact. That's the reason why we wanted to enroll to a homeschool provider. Pero paano ba natin malalaman? So, there are two kinds of permit as discussed by Beday. Meron siyang permit stage and the recognition stage. Under the sample of government permit, okay, this one is a government permit. Yung government permit po, binibigay yan yearly. Okay? Kunyari, I applied for a school, tapos meron akong stage na for a certain number of years na I am still under a government permit. Kasi minsan po, pag nag-open yung mga schools, hindi naman kaagad complete course. Example, mag-o-offer muna ako kindergarten. Then the next year, I'll have to offer grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and 4. So, ang mangyayari niyan, since hindi pa complete yung course, I will still have to be under the government permit. So, yearly, mag-a-apply ako kay DepEd, then they will give me a permit, like this one, na nakalagay siya, government permit to operate. You cannot open a school kung wala kang government permit. Kasi once you have a government permit, you will have a school ID. So in our case, our school ID is 403035. So yun yung ID mo sa DepEd. Now, syempre, we all know that we have the Learner Information System, which is the LIS, the database for DepEd. Since you have a government permit, you need to encode all your students under the system. So magkakaroon din ako ng Learner Information System or the LIS para ma-encode ko lahat ng students ko. Pero pag ako ba ay may government permit, pwede na ba akong tumanggap ng homeschooler? May encode na ba yung anak ko? Actually po, way back, meron kasi mga permit stage pa lang, they are already accepting homeschoolers, tapos ipapasok nila yon as a regular school student. So, per record, may LRN ka, may nasa LIS ka, pero minsan, madidefeat ito yung purpose kasi every time na you misinterpret yung enrollment mo sa DepEd, ang pwedeng mangyari kasi sa inyo, ma-revoke yung license mo as yung government permit mo. Now, nakakomplete na ako ng government permit. I want to apply for a government recognition. Paano ako makakakuha ng government recognition? Yung recognition kasi sa DepEd, meron siyang a certain list of guidelines. Example, I have been homeschooling, I have a school, meron na akong preschool. So I want to apply for a government recognition. Ang maganda kasi sa government recognition, permanent na po yung permit mo. Yung government permit kasi, yearly siya ina-apply. Pero pag government recognized, school recognized ka na, no need. Once na nabigay yung recognition mo, yun na yung permanent number mo ng school mo. And syempre, pag recognized ka na, ibig sabihin, totally compliant ka na sa lahat ng requirements ng DepEd. Kasi hanggang may kulang dun sa mga requirements mo, hindi ka nila bibigyan ng government recognition. Marcus, can we see the sample of government recognition? Okay. This is a government recognition, nakalagay government recognition number E. E stands for elementary. Ang recognition sa DepEd are three types. Una, recognition sa preschool, recognition sa elementary, and recognition sa junior high school. As of now po, yung mga nag-o-offer ng senior high, wala pang government recognition. So tatlo pa lang yung meron, yung DepEd, yung preschool, and we have the elementary and the junior high school. Dito, sa requirement po sa homeschooling, pag meron na bang government recognition kasi permanent na yung permit, pwede na rin ba akong tumanggap ng student as homeschool? Like Beday said, we still have to comply with the provision of the DepEd under the DO na you have to secure a homeschooling permit. Okay? So again, the next slide please. Kasi dito po sa ruling po ng DepEd, only recognized school are given the opportunity to offer homeschooling. Okay, here. Ito po yung sample ng homeschool permit ng Peñel. Doon nakalagay government permit, tapos number HSP, ibig sabihin homeschooling permit po siya, number 001 series of 2022. Under the DO po, 2 years po ang validity ng homeschool permit. So after 2 years, yung mga school will need to apply again for the permit for the next 2 years. Now, I am a school. I am interested with homeschool. Ang suggestion po namin sa HAPI, we can help you naman po if you really wanted to offer homeschooling. But first and foremost, we have to abide with the rules and regulation of DepEd. Ang unahin muna natin is we need to be recognized first so we could apply for the homeschool permit. Kasi hanggang wala po yung recognition, hindi kayo makakapag-apply ng permit. Before last October, I think, na nag-offer kami ng masterclass for those who wanted to offer homeschooling. You can always approach us, yung HAPI po, so we could possibly help you. Now, for parents, ano ba yung sanction? Kunyari, wala akong homeschool permit, pero na-enroll ko yung bata. Usually po sa DepEd, this is per actual experience, na if you do not have a permit, tapos tumanggap ka ng students na yon for a certain program, ang always po na revenue ng DepEd is to take the PEPT. So as parents po, we need to protect ourselves na kailangan po may homeschool permit. Bakit po kailangan may homeschool permit? Kasi po, if you read the DO 001 series of 2022, yung guidelines ng DepEd is very clear regarding homeschooling. Kailangan talaga, hindi siya pwedeng i-encode mo lang kasi baka ang mangyari kasi para tayong diploma mill na we're just accepting students pero walang certain responsibilities or parang ano ba yung commitment natin. Sa DO kasi very clear na yung commitment ng parents should be very clear first before you accept homeschoolers. So bago naman po kami mabigyan ng permit ng homeschool, tumaan din kami sa rigid training din ng DepEd kung paano po namin dapat i-handle yung mga homeschoolers. The reason why I really agree with DepEd na talagang kailangan, first and foremost, protected po lahat ng students natin with the right permit. Okay? Beda, can we share yung kaninang permit na binigay niya? Kasi yung binigay na permit ng Homeschool Philippines, talagang yung ito po, yung signatory, do you see the signatory recommended by, tapos kung sino po yung regional director, siya yung dapat yung signature. Kung hindi, di ba, there are times we do not know kung tama ba yung permit. Kasi pag nakakita tayo ng DepEd permit, sasabihin natin, okay, legit na yan kasi may permit. The best way talaga to know kung talagang updated lahat yung mga permit is to inquire sa division office, or yung pinakamaganda po, may complete list, is the regional office. Can we see the next slide, please? Okay, ito po yung lumabas sa amin sa DepEd, updated as of August 2023. Under the DepEd Calabarzon page, kasi per region po usually nare-release, pwede bang palakin yung screen, Marcus, na kunyari here with us, Peñel Integrated Christian Academy of Rizal, yan, nakalagay nan. Ibig sabihin kasi, wala ka na kami sa permit stage kasi ito under the yung slide ng permit stage. So makikita mo ibig sabihin hindi na kami permit stage for preschool, hindi na kami permit stage sa elementary, hindi na kami permit stage at wala rin kaming senior high. Pero at the last part, kindly enlarge please. Nakalagay po doon yung homeschool permit namin. And doon sa mga katabi kong mga schools, like FEU Roosevelt, Faith Christian Academy, nakalagay na rin po yung mga permit nila. Since the DO nag-start ng 2022, marami na pong schools na nag-o-offer ngayon ng homeschooling. You just have to check dun sa website ng DepEd kung sino-sino po ba yung mga schools na mayroong mga homeschooling permit. So that's the best way how to go about it. If you have questions po, we are willing to answer po yung questions regarding the permit. Beday?
Okay. Thank you so much, Al. So there you have it.
Yes, maraming salamat. It's very informative. Now, it's really okay to ask advice and recommendations from other parents, right? For probably referrals, for providers offering homeschool program. But, ang HAPI, gusto lang mag-remind sa ating mga homeschooling parents at saka families, please also check the permits and documentations of the homeschool provider once you make your choice. So, before we give our hard-earned money, let's do our own due diligence. So, susuma ko na lang, no? There are 4 requirements. Unang-una, meron dapat na partner school. Okay, recognized ni DepEd. Ano tong mga ibang permits na kailangan tingnan nyo? So, DepEd government recognition, the permit to operate in a certain grade level, and of course, the permit to offer the homeschool program. So, mas madaling maalala, no? So, before tayo mapabudol sa mga magagandang program at attractive na mga ads and promotions dyan, mag-check din po tayo sa mga requirements galing sa DepEd. So, ang benefit po talaga of having an accredited homeschool provider, specially vetted and verified by HAPI, your Homeschool Association of the Philippine Islands, is that our providers will handle the processing of these requirements and, of course, to safekeep the records of your academic records of your children. Okay, so this is especially convenient kung ayaw nyo na mag-ipon. Tama? At saka, pag bumalik po kayo, mag-decide kayo na ibalik ang inyong mga anak sa traditional or conventional na brick and mortar school. So if you have a local DepEd partner school, it's easier when you transfer these requirements between schools. Okay, so maybe we can now have some question and answer portion. We have already received some messages and questions through our FB Messenger and through our FB page. Okay, first question, Marcos, is that what about, ito muna, kay Odessa Salvador Yescas. Is there any homeschool provider in the Philippines that offers SPED? Okay, maybe may mga providers tayo dyan na nag-o-offer. Meron ba tayo, Beday, sa mga homeschool providers natin?
Yes, offhand, ang alam ko yung Kids World.
Yeah, Kids World.
Is offering SPED. Mommy, ang gawin po natin, pareho din po yung process nung offering a SPED program dun sa offering a homeschool program. So, kailangan po, just correct me if I'm wrong, the school has to be recognized to apply for a SPED permit, tama ba?
Actually, pwede siyang may separate na yung application, yung SPED school, yung SPED school. Pero yung SPED school kasi may recognition din. So, pag nag-offer din siya ng homeschool, same format, parehas lang sa atin. Ganun din.
Yeah, correct. So, Mami Odessa, yung sinasabi po namin ni Au, kanina pa yung pinakita niya, yung parang Excel file, na kung saan marami pong mga columns. Ang isa po sa mga columns doon ay SPED. Okay, so yung pinaka-last na column po is homeschool program. So, ibig sabihin po, sa point of view ng DepEd, ang isang school, nakikita niya at a glance kung ano-ano yung mga permits ng mga programs, extra programs that you can offer. So, offhand, as far as we're concerned, ang naiisip ko po is Kids World, that has its own SPED program. It's DepEd accredited. It's also an accredited homeschool.
Yeah.
Pero, para po makasigurado kayo at magkaroon po kayo ng more options, Mami, hanapin niyo po yung list na kagaya ng pinakita kanina ni Au. It's
Yeah.
a directory of all of the schools in your particular region. Tapos, makikita po ninyo doon. Doon po sa iba't ibang mga columns. Hanapin niyo po yung SPED column, tapos makikita po ninyo doon kung ano yung school na nag-o-offer ng SPED at kung ano yung homeschool na nag-o-offer din ng SPED. Kasi possible po na concurrent yung kanyang program. Yeah.
Thank you, Mami Odessa. And of course, from Rene Ferido, can you share the link from DepEd's website of schools with permit? Pwede po tayo mag-post sa ating FB page. Makikita po natin doon in one of our posts, probably this week or next week, yung link po ng DepEd's website for schools with permit. So, normally, naka-region po yan. So, may Calabarzon or kung may GMA. So, pwede po nating hanapin yon sa isang susunod na mga post sa HAPI FB page. Abangan po natin. Alrighty. So, galing naman kay KK Salinas, hello po. Would you be able to help someone apply to become a homeschool provider? Tamang-tama, ito yung sinagot ni Teacher Au at ni Beday. Teacher Au?
We will. Yes po, kasi before we had a master class kung paano maging homeschool provider. Kindly email us po para we could assist you. Tsaka we can also give you the video of the master class.
Pwede po kayong mag-message, private message sa HAPI FB or messenger natin at pwede po tayong mag-email din sa ating website www.happy.ph. Okay, next question na na-receive natin privately. What about other providers not in your HAPI list? Ayan.
Actually, we are inviting all schools na may homeschool permit and we are trying to reach out for them. Para at least yung program, matalagang ma-share namin yung concept talaga ng homeschooling. Hindi lang siya home-based, kundi talagang homeschooling. Kasi, di ba, yung mga schools kasi kanya-kanyang program ng homeschooling yan. But for us, alam mo naman yung heart namin, it's always about homeschooling, parent-led. So, that's the reason why we are reaching out for them.
Correct. So, ang pwede lang po namin ma-vet at to go through our verification process are those who actually are members of HAPI. Kasi may rigid po yung application ng process ng pagiging member sa HAPI. So, sa ngayon po, meron po kaming binigay na listahan na galing sa HAPI, accredited po yan ng DepEd at saka ng HAPI. So, maaari pong iniimbitahan din namin yung mga potential na mga schools or mga providers to join HAPI so that in service of our homeschooling families, mas mabilis-bilis. Ayan. May isa pa. How about other international organizations or providers like Home Life Academy? Legitimate po ba sila? Ayan. Ladies?
Beday.
Pwede naming masagot po dyan since local po yung school na ina-accredit ng HAPI. Okay, yan lang po yung masasagot namin. Yung mga local schools na partners ni HAPI, yun lang yung pwede nating ma-accredit kasi sumusunod po tayo sa DepEd DO Series 1 2022, no? Diyan lang po natin ang pwedeng mabigyan ng accreditation. We are not saying that they are not accredited, but maybe they are affiliated with other international schools or other organizations. So, maari po lamang na i-check na lang natin yung mga accreditations at affiliations nila. Pero ang masasagot po natin ay only for those who are locally government recognized and accredited. Ayan. Next question, private message ulit. Kung may LRN po, at ano po ba yung LRN? pwede na po ba akong maging independent homeschooler? Ayan.
Okay, I'll answer. Okay, once you enroll po kindergarten, okay, pumasok ako sa isang school, they will give you a learner reference number, which is LRN. That number po will be your number hanggang graduate ka ng high school. So yun na yung pinaka-record mo sa DepEd, yung LRN. Now, syempre nag-enroll ka ng kindergarten, magkakaroon ka ng LRN, yung school na pinasukan mo will have to report you naman sa system na, example, I enrolled kinder, nagkaroon ako ng LRN. At the end of the school year, yung school, i-report na that you are promoted to grade 1. So yung si DepEd, alam niya, itong student na to with this LRN number has been promoted. Okay, next year, nag-independent ako. Mawawala ba yung LRN ko? No. Pero yung bata, mawawala sa DepEd system. Okay? Lalabas siya na out of school youth the second year. So pag bumalik ba ako, pwede bang grade 3 na kasi may LRN na ako? Hindi pa rin po kasi may gap year ka na grade 1. So what you need to do is you have to take the placement test, yung PEPT. So hindi porke may LRN ka, carry over na siya hanggang carry over yung number, pero that's not necessarily mean na kunyari magbigay ako sa iyo ng record na ito natapos ng anak ko. So since may LRN naman ako, pwede ba i-credit mo na tong grade 1? Hindi. You still have to go through the process po, the encoding po sa DepEd system. So pag ikaw nag-miss ka ng 1 or 2 years sa enrollment ng DepEd, PEPT po parati yung solution.
Yan. Thank you, Teacher Au. Last question na lang po kasi it's already 48 minutes. So do I need a provider to homeschool? What if I choose to do independent homeschooling? Ayan. So pwede naman po, nasa preference or choice po ng mga parents yan. But the benefit of having a homeschool provider outweighs all of the inconveniences and hassles. And of course, para hindi tayo ma-scam sa ating mga requirements pagdating, nagugulat na lang tayo, no, yung mga kakulangan tayo sa mga requirements pag nag-transition po tayo balik sa conventional school. So may ease and convenience. There's so many benefits of enrolling under a homeschool provider. Wala naman pong nagpipigil sa mga parents na mag-independent homeschooling. Pero marami din po yung benefits at saka ng mga ease of worries and anxieties of possible consequences if we do not have any homeschool provider. So before we end, I'd like to have a special mention to help raise awareness to one of our homeschooler mommies, Mami Bianca Litan. Marcus?
Let's have a special moment to raise awareness for a call to help for one of our fellow homeschoolers. Miss Bianca Litan, mom of 4, homeschooling 2 younger kids, is wife to teacher Vel Litan of Kids Symphony. They have been serving the homeschool community through their music and voice classes. Mommy Bianca is diagnosed with a rare and distressing condition called idiopathic pulmonary arterial hypertension or IPAH in 2022. IPAH is a severe and progressive disease, and if left untreated, the survival rate is less than 3 years. She is dependent on an advanced and expensive imported therapy for survival. One set of medicine to preserve and support lung capacity cost 145,000 pesos, and that would last for 30 days. The Litans also face bills from past hospitalizations and loss of work opportunities due to the progression of the disease. If you are led to help, here are ways you can extend your generosity to the family.
Thank you so much, Marcus. This is Lenny.
This is Beday.
And this is Al.
We'd like to say thank you for carving out time for us, and thank you for joining us, for watching our first episode of our FB Live Ask HAPI. Let's talk about homeschooling. Together with the rest of the HAPI officers and our members, we are happy to serve you all We'd like also to thank Marcus and Angel Miranda of ACDA, Philippines,
Thank you.
for being our
Thank
tech
you.
support. Thank you so much. And also to our partner, Homeschoolers of the Philippines. Thank you, Donna and Maria, for simultaneously streaming this episode live in their
Thanks,
FB page.
Donna.
Nanonood
Thanks,
si
Maria.
Donna. Maraming
Thank
salamat
you,
po
Donna.
sa inyong lahat for watching and have a great rest of the week. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
God bless.
guys.
Saang dako ka man, galing mo'y di mabantayan. Inspirasyon mo ay ating inang bayan. Ang iyong dugo at pawis ang siyang tunay na puhunan. Kaya aking kabayan, dapat kang hangaan. Sa anumang larangan, lagi kang kumikinang, pagkat di tinatago taglay mong kakayahan. Sa palakasan, kagandahan, sayaw awitan, modernong Pilipino, dapat kang parangalan. Isigaw mo ika'y Pilipino, saludo ako sa kahusay